Walking my dog this morning. We just finished our morning gathering. It was beautiful. And the Lord said it was going to be a bloody day. And for us to celebrate his blood, and the strong sense I got was that it was prophetic that as we're celebrating his blood, a bloodbath is coming to this world, but particularly to this nation. And I don't know if the wolf moon signifies that, but he's spoke that to me during our service, and I shared it in chat. But he's asked me to not talk for 2 weeks in the gatherings because he wants people to rise up, and he wants his bride to speak. So that's why I'm not doing that. It's nothing weird. I'm just obeying him. But he told me to make this video. I'm walking my dog, Mr. McFly here, and I want to tell you that we as the bride, we get to celebrate and rejoice and have joy as we see these birth pangs increase. And the sense that I'm really getting is that and this is just what I'm getting, you don't have to believe it, but the sense that I'm getting is that the wolf moon marks an increased birth pang period for the bride and for the earth. And so for us, God wants us to be so ready for that. That's why he's gathered and collected us and put us in community, because we will, while the world looks in horror, we, the bride, will stand in utter knowing, in utter joy, in utter freedom as the world is in horror at the great birth pangs that are coming. We're going home. We're not going to see too much as the bride. He told that 10-year-old prophet in 2013 and 14 that he said that we wouldn't be here for the really bad stuff, but we're going to see greater pangs. And that's why he told my son to not be afraid. So I really feel like this weekend is preparing us as a bride to rejoice, to know that the birth pangs will pass over us. Excuse me, as the birth pangs will pass over us is the Passover. Okay, we're snug as a bug in a rug. But he wants us to know, because this is what we're privileged as children of the King. We know the King's business. We're all up in his stuff because he's all up in our stuff. So a king tells his closest companions what's about to happen. Everyone knows, if they're close to the king, what is about to happen. And so some of us feel it's the rapture. I'm sensing that he's telling me it's going to mark a season of greater pangs. And that we're not yet home, but the purpose of this video is because he wants us to rejoice and thank him for his blood. He wants us to thank him for his blood that is over our doorposts and the doorpost of our hearts, so that as these birth pangs increase and the bloodbath comes to a city near you and to America, as the birth pangs increase, not judgment, not tribulation, that happens after he takes us, but that you can rejoice that you're covered in the blood, bride, and you can be a witness to the lost and dying world about what his blood has done. And don't be distracted by the things of this world. And I'm going to tell you a personal story, because once again, I get to put my life on display, which I don't love doing. But he said, tell him. So when I say don't be distracted, I mean don't be distracted, bride. And this is how serious God is. He did it to me. I was distracted last night and this morning by my son, who lost his wallet, and it had a lot of money that he was given stuff for Christmas. Okay, different people and me, and I'm very mad about it, and it distracted me. Okay, and it was a distraction to me, and it threw me off. It ticked me off, because I want him to be able to buy things, and I can't replace the money that was in that wallet. There was money with credit card gift cards. There was gift cards to his favorite video game store, GameStop, even gift cards to stores and restaurants that he likes, and he wanted to use it. And last night when we were gathering, he interrupted me towards the end and was like, "Where's my wallet? I can't find it." And so it ruffled my feathers. It bummed me out. And then my sister got home, and he was freaking out. And then she was looking forward, and we were all trying to help them. And it threw me off. And I really didn't know how much it threw me off until I woke up this morning and I remembered, because my sister sent me a text saying, hey, listen, he just made a mistake. Let's go easy on him. I know it was a lot of money, but let's not make him feel worse than he already feels. Because she gave him a lecture. I gave him a lecture, and she was feeling like we don't want to beat him up too bad. It happens to all of us. And we weren't really beating him up, but we were really it was annoying us, because she had contributed to that wallet that he got at Christmas. And I can't replace it. And he wants to buy some things today, and I can't do it. I just don't have the money. So I can't do it, sweetheart. And even if I did have the money, I probably wouldn't, just because, but I probably would if I did, actually, because I always cave into everything when it comes to my son. But anyway, the reason why God wanted me to share this was it distracted me. It distracted me because we had a great service this morning. It was powerful. And then towards the end, I was thinking what I need to do today. Because, obviously the services have to end and we all have to start our day, even though we don't want it to end. Our gatherings are getting more and more powerful, more anointed. The camaraderie, the fellowship, the chat room, everything that people share. And I think it's funny that they started to get more anointed when he muted me. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. But I think it is not a coincidence, because more of the bride is rising up. And I've been muted since Tuesday or something like that. And I'm loving it. And I'm like, I'll never talk again. But anyway, the glory has really increased. And who wants to leave that? But we all have to go back into the world. We have to go do the things that we need to do, okay? It's what keeps us humble. It's what keeps us learning life's lessons. It's part of God's plan. So towards the end of this morning service, I was thinking about what I need to do today. And then what we were going to do was go buy some things. My son and I had that planned, and then I just got annoyed. I got all bent out of shape. I'm looking under couches. I'm tearing apart the house to try to find this wallet. And God said, don't even let. I heard him so clear. Why are you letting this distract you? Why are you letting this steal your joy? I just poured out my blood on your morning service. Trust me, and don't be distracted even by things that are legit, Don't be distracted. And I was like, okay, I'll let it go. And so I'm walking my dog, and he told me to make this video to remind you, the bride. Don't let anything pull you out of that place of, even, when we're gathered together in our services, we're in a place of really rest and peace, and it's beautiful. And let's just stay in that. Let's stay like we're gathered 24/7. And let's not let the things of this earth pull us out of our joy, of our freedom, of our peace. Let's just not let that happen, okay? And I'm not going to let it happen. And the Lord really he told me that. He said, you're letting this pull you. And oftentimes during this 5-year Rapture walk, I've always used my son to blame God, like, oh, and it's not that I've used him in a bad way, but I always petition and argue my case before God. Well, fine. It would be fine if I didn't have a son I had to take care of. Sure, I could do all this stuff for you if I didn't have this responsibility, so you need to help me. I mean, he said, don't use anything. Marty, there's a car. He's like, don't even use anything. Come on, sweet pie. Let the car go. You're such a good boy. You listen to Mama. Okay, run. Cross the street now. Run. He waits for me to cross. He's so good. I've trained him. We've been together almost 5 years, my little friend. Okay, so, and I know that we can legitimately have excuses, guys, because we have responsibilities. But he said, and he understands my parenting. He understands, and he's with me in it. But he just doesn't want any excuses. Let's not give our groom. And I said, I won't give any excuses. I won't. And I just said, Lord, just please, will you please help us to find that wallet, though? But I don't know if we're going to find it, you guys, but I just have to be at peace with it. If we don't, we don't, and just let it go. So I let it go. And this walk is helping me. Let's not let anything distract us. Things that we can legitimately say, well, this is something that I have to attend to. This is my responsibility. Let's not let anything distract us from the focus of the season we're in, of our groom, you know, because we need to be ready. We need to be ready. And I believe that's one of the purposes that he's gathered us twice a day, every day, is because he wants us to shine during the greater birth pangs. We are going up on a pang. That's what he's consistently told me. We're going up on a great birth pain. We're not going to be here to suffer, you guys. He told my son over and over again, don't fear, don't fear, don't fear when you see these things happening, because I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. But the average mind would be afraid unless that mind is walking in the Spirit. And I really believe these gatherings that he's done with us have empowered us to walk in the Spirit even greater. It has me, okay? And so let's just stay in the Spirit. Let's stay walking in the Spirit. And we're not going to look in horror as the world looks in horror at the bloodbath that is to come, because he told me today is a bloody day. And it's a bloody day for us, the bride, covered by the blood of Christ. So it's a good thing. But for the world at large, it's a bloodbath. What we know is normal is about to change. And we are going to see the biggest bloodbath we've ever seen.